Alright, big boys, welcome the fuck back to the channel. Look at that wick to the downside on Bitcoin, flipping previous resistance to support. Woke me the fuck out of retirement. So let's talk about it. Just want to run through a couple of things with you guys today. On the weekly, look at that wick, bang, all the way back up to the upside, starting off the monthly with a really nice green candle pushing back that previous red fucking ugly candle back down to the downside. Look at the daily as well. You can see over here on the 28th, that is when the reversal started. If we come over to the weekly here, you can see this was resistance all the way back in the previous cycle, hitting these previous wicks. I drew it on the monthly, so it looks a little bit nicer over here. You're gonna have to give me a second. All of my previous charts over on the Cowboy Trades channel are locked up in my other TradingView account. I've got a new phone number, can't access the previous account, trying to get it back. We'll see how this video goes. If this video goes well, probably bring the channel back, see how it goes. But yeah, you can see monthly candle, boom, resistance, boom, resistance, boom, resistance, boom. Flipped as support on the 28th. What happened over on the 28th? Well, there was a meeting between JD Vance, Donald Trump, and the motherfucking President Zelensky. Zelensky was getting a little bit aggro over on the US side of things. Trump is really pushing for peace rather than a war between Russia and Ukraine. And it seems like the market's like that because as soon as that kind of event happened over on the 28th, the markets reversed the fuck back up to the upside. Now the S&P 500, my paid account, boom. Paid account is gone. So I'm going to have these ads. Really annoying. Trying to get that back. Over on the S&P 500, S&P 500 never really cared, although it did have a push back up to the upside, but you can see less risk on markets, didn't care as much about the pull to the downside for crypto. These are still looking super healthy with higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, and following through with higher highs. So I expect traditional markets, S&P 500, equities, blah, 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 probably going to push back up to the upside. And I think Bitcoin is as well. Now, Bitcoin's been exploding. Obviously, we took a little bit of a hiatus for the past 8 months or so. However, things were just boring. Like, look at the monthly. Like, we've been pretty much the same price for the past year or so. We had, the start of the bull market. Things were looking really good. And then March 2024, we're technically pretty much the same price as we were a year ago. However, the whole status of the market, like the way the charts look, are completely different to myself. We're the same price as 12 months ago. However, we're now flipping previous resistance to support. So I don't know how crypto YouTubers made daily YouTube videos for the past 6-12 months or so. Things have been super boring, even if you're bullish long term like myself. But I'm finally for the past few days starting to find some real interest, thinking things are going to take the next leg back up to the upside. And we've always previously pretty much retested previous all-time highs as support. We've had troubles getting through these in previous markets where we've just spent a little bit of time retesting these previous zones before pushing back up, and that looks exactly like what we're doing right now. Since the 28th, since that speech, since confidence is coming back to the market, since Trump looks like he's going to be pushing for a deal between Ukraine and Russia, I think the markets are going to resume confidence. And the markets already have pretty good confidence in semi-risk on assets like equities, but for crypto, this is really big news. I think cryptocurrency markets are going to start booming back up to the upside. And here's just another way of looking at the charts. Over here, another fucking ad, really annoying. We'll try and get the old TradingView back, which is paid. But yeah, it just looks like to me we're flipping previous resistance to support, and for the first time in the past 6 to 12 months or so, it's looking really exciting because I think we're really going to get ready for that next blast to the upside to the price targets that we were talking about quite a while ago. To be honest, I've got my eyes on around about 160k over on Bitcoin. I'd love to talk you through in a little bit more detail why I think 160k, but once again, I'm currently on a free account. My previous account, need to get that restored. Currently in the midst of getting that restored, but yeah, 160k. I think we're going to push back to the top of these resistance bands around about 160. Could take a little while. Obviously, not saying it's going to happen in this week, next week, this month, next month, etc. But throughout the next couple of months, I think the markets are really going to be warming up. And I think Bitcoin could potentially even double in price from here. And of course, you know, there's a few things, well, if you scroll through the channel, there's a few things that we're excited about. And that's mainly Bitcoin and Solana and everything being built on top of Solana. I posted this over on Twitter, you know, just a rough drawing, but pretty much saying I think Solana is going to be starting to push back up to the upside right now. And that's what I think is going to be happening. In the last bull run back in 2020, 2021, you can see very normal correction for Solana to pull back 67, 68% in its nascency phases. However, Solana is a little bit more developed now, a little bit more older. As you can see, we had about a 58% pullback compared to the 68% pullback from the previous cycle. So I still think this is very much within the realms of being healthy. As you can see in the much higher time frame, Solana is still kind of forming these higher lows over here. But this is really where it gets exciting to me. Now, Solana may be up like 20% today, but Solana's at around about $170, which still gives it room for about another 2x just to kind of push back up to its previous all-time highs. And if you think Solana's going to stop at its previous all-time highs, then you're probably fucking retarded and you're probably a big KDA fan. So that is what it is, but really excited about Solana right now, really excited about Bitcoin, really excited about, you know, the trajectory of where the markets could be going. Another thing that happened today, really interesting, is that Donald Trump basically tweeted a US crypto reserve will elevate this critical industry after years of corrupt attacks by the Biden administration, which is why executive orders on digital assets directed blah 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 crypto strategic reserves SOL. That's what's interesting to myself. Potential crypto reserves with Solana in it. So it looks like Trump is going to be pushing for, you know, all power to crypto. Solana may be a big part of that. We were previously talking about Solana ETFs, different things that were going in the background for Solana, which makes me extremely bullish. And Sol is just so oversold at this moment in time. Weekly stochastic RSI is at absolutely disgusting levels. I think a reversal makes absolute sense from here. Yeah, we've seen a 15-20% reversal today before I could record a video, but just look at this. There's so much room to the upside. And if we're looking at the monthly stock, this is the lowest that it's been pretty much since Solana initiated a bear market back in 2021. I don't think this is a double top. I think this is a correctory phase. We never had enough data to kind of look at how Solana's monthly stochastic RSI would perform in, you know, correctory phases in a bull run, because, you know, Solana is still very nascent, very exciting technology. I think Solana is going to do very well. So, like I mentioned, quite annoying at this moment in time. Can't access all of the many charts that I've got on my mobile right now that I want to run through with you guys and talk about why I'm so bullish. I've submitted a report, new phone number, trying to get my old TradingView account back so I can run through all of the charts and many more reasons why I'm bullish on Solana at this moment in time, and Bitcoin, yada, yada, yada. But for now, I'm keeping things quite simple. Like, I think back in the day, we covered lots of shitcoins, we made daily videos, we talked about this, we talked about that. For right now, I don't want to say I'm not involved in the markets, because I am, but I'm much more of a macro guy right now. I couldn't give a fuck what happens day to day. I'm much more looking at the bigger pictures. I'm really invested in Bitcoin in the much, much more macro picture side of things. And I'm very invested in Solana on the much more macro picture side of things. So Bitcoin, Solana, things that are being built on top of Solana, like Jupiter, Grass, all of the other projects that we've been talking about. These are things that really pique my interest. When we get the old TradingView account back, we've got all these different charts to run through. Probably something that I'm going to do in a little bit more detail depending on how this video goes, because I appreciate it's been a little while. Apologies, to be honest, past 6 months or so, as you can see, Bitcoin charts just pretty boring. I mean, yeah, we had a nice push up to 100K, which was of course predicted by ourselves. We've been quite bullish on Bitcoin for a little while now. I still think Bitcoin's going to push up to much higher price targets, but these charts are absolutely driving me insane. When the old TradingView account comes back, potentially more videos. So let me know in the comments down below if you want to see the channel revive, if you want me to cover, you know, shitcoins and day-to-day updates on Cadena, you can basically suck my cock, because I can't be fucked to talk about shit that I'm not passionate about anymore. But what I am passionate about is Bitcoin. What I am passionate about is Solana. What I am passionate about is things that are going to make a difference being built on the Solana ecosystem. If you're here for that, you're in the right place. Leave a like. Let me know you want to see the content come back down below. Anyway, see you in the next one. Cowboy out. Looking to get the old trading view back with all of the charts. Still in the midst of that. Keep you updated. Peace.